8 o'clock. Amanda Black. Yo, Zalang Lindsay, let's meet I do. But what are the fears behind that? I told you that I won't be alone at the hour 8 o'clock. It's a Saturday, the 19th of March 2022. It's a Logosha FM, www.logosha.fm, or you can download our app. It's Logosha FM. As promised, hey, I told you he's a husband, he's a pastor, he's an author, and he's a father. Well, maybe there's more, but I know there's more. So yeah, he's gonna introduce himself. I've got Pastor Ray's in my background, it's Amanda Black, Abzana La Source, Ati I do. Ati Bugeni Gashinai in Zabale. Before Sifiga J M Shatweni, I told you guys we're gonna discuss a lot today before Singana J M Shatweni. We know you guys are going through a lot. No. So today we're gonna have all the solutions. I told you that today your questions are going to be answered before you say you do, so you're going to see good time. I'm not the only person going through this. So drum roll, I've got Pastor Ray's in the house. Hello, Pastor Ray's.
Miss Lee, how are you, man?
I'm okay, I can't complain.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while, but it's nice to be here again. I'm so excited about this. I think I love relationships, you know.
I love relationships. That's why I always say we must not let them break.
They
must be fixed always.
And I think it is nice to be loved. Yeah, the feeling is so good.
But it always comes with a package, you know. So we need those people not really good, but
yeah, for sure, man.
So you can just introduce yourself and tell them where you're coming from. But I've already told them, but you can just tell them in case there's something I've just skipped, you know.
To all our listeners, Pastor Ray Kulmago, I happen to be a senior pastor of Hughes Family Church. I'm a leadership coach, and I'm still in a journey of being a relationship coach. Still in a process, still studying, still doing all those things that needs to be done.
I'm safe.
And guys, I'm so excited about the journey and so forth. And I'm also an author. I'm an author. I think the book that I'll be sharing much on it in Namhlanje, The Fears That We Had Before We Said I Do. It is my fourth book. And the privilege about it is that I wrote it with my wife. So the 3 books that I've written them by myself. But this time around, I'm with my wife. So
the fears are both sides.
Yes, man, the fears are both sides, from the male aspect and from the female aspect. I think it is fair enough to bring it all on the table. You know, let's not focus only on men or female only, but as both sides and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So you know, the reason why I played this song, I do.
Yeah.
So it's more based on I do.
Yeah.
And we all know, Guti, it looks more easier when you're far away from it.
Yes.
Until you come closer to it.
Yes.
And then you know it's okay. I'll be getting married in the next month. It's exciting, but there's that thing that says, hey, are you ready? What is it that happens? Okay, let's just break it down and put it like we've just started a relationship. We're moving towards marriage life, because we know we're planning ahead, right?
Yes.
When we know our story. So now here we are, we're planning ahead. Now it's the beginning. There are still no fears. So to see cancer from those days until you get there to the fears.
Okay, you know, one thing maybe basic that I would put and emphasize much more is that marriage is a beautiful thing, especially when God is the center of it all.
Amen.
And one thing that we have to come to, if I can put it like this, is that a lot of us, we imagine our wedding day,
okay,
but we do not imagine our marriage life.
Oh.
So we get to think and situate that on my wedding day, this is what will be happening and so forth and so forth. But we forget the real issue, which is the marriage life that you are going to have after the wedding day. So it looks so easy when we say you are getting married, in a sense of saying we are looking at the wedding day only. But now it gets tougher, and it needs you to be sober in your decision when now you are looking at the marriage aspect of it, to say there's a life after the wedding day. Which a wedding day, it's a beautiful thing, man. That's why we are wearing white. It is all happy and nice and so forth. Yadliwa, shabrile, and all those things, man. But now when the reality clicks, which the reality is the marriage part of it, now we find ourselves in a space that we begin to think about marriage inside of this marriage. While we had an opportunity to think, to brainstorm and to dream about the marriage life before we even come to a point of tying the knot. So sihamba njani from the place of ukuthi siyathandzana and a place where we come to decision of marriage. Yes. You know, I think in most cases when we were growing up, a lot of things that were said to us is that there are characters that you are looking in a man, there are characters that you are looking in a lady, which is a common thing that we can say possibly, so you must look at that, you know. But I want to put this thing and to say there are few things that they develop in a person inside of marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, kuningi sexual ukuthi maybe uma ngakhona ukukwenda nyala ngaphandle ngeke kwenda semshadweni.
Okay.
We say such statement and so forth. You see, there are some statements which are just a hit and run statement. They don't hold any substance to the reality of that thing. You get the point? So ngicabanga ukuthi abantu kufanele bangena emshadweni before we even go to counseling and so forth. They need to have a breakfast with the I in you. You need to have time with yourself. You need to sit down and think about your life. Alone, because, you know, marriage is all about destiny, done, how we push life and doing things and so forth, you know. Because we are celebrating the little things that are happening in marriage because of destiny. You know, it is so amazing to know that you are around Wheatbank, but you are not stopping in Wheatbank. And in fact, when you're going to Wheatbank, you're going to pass Waterfront Bovel, which is a dark, the place is not a nice place and so forth. But the fact that you know that at the end of the tunnel, I'm passing, I'm not staying here, I'm passing. What gives you courage to pass there? It is because that's not your final destination. That there's a place where we are going. And I believe that marriages in this point of time are not given a point of a destination to say this is where we are heading.
Wow.
You say, Miss Lee, one thing that I always say at church, before umuntu atokufaka le ring le esandleni, let him bring a vision on board. Ukisa kuphi? Maybe he's looking for a punching bag, but he never told you. Ukutshela ukuthi siya kuphi, yabona? So it's difficult to get in a car whereas you don't know where you are going.
Oh my God.
Samanjani singana address mtakababa. Give me the address. Tell me where we are going. What are we going to do there? How is life that side? So as a man, you have to take the lady to where you want to be with her before you even get there. Yabona le nto le? So mina ngikholelwa ukuthi bafati bagana umuntu nyalo, but for the 5 years to come of his life. So if you don't know the 5 years to come of that man, how come are you with that man? So a vision is a base of everything in this marriage life. Yabona, Adamu siyaphi mfowethu? Adamu siyaphi? Before ufuna konke lokho, the garden has been there, this is there, this is that, this is the picture of my life. Ikudla kwethu sikuthola la, lokhu nalokhu sikuthola la, lokhu nalokhu sikuthola la. Then Adam lala, asikhiphe libhambo manje, sikunikete mfati. Everything is in place. And when I'm saying everything is in place, I'm talking about the vision here. To say, baby, this is where we are going, mtakababa. This is where we are going. That thing will bring focus. Kulendo le emshado. So sihamba njalo, sifike la. And kunetinto lesingathi address endleleni. Honestly, asithi address. And then siyazi yathi lo uthi sabe wena. Utibuta wena le minye imibuto wena, because ungatibuta le mibuto le utothola i-reality of your relationship. Yabona mfana le fanele sibita was my red flags. You are afraid to look at those things because if you are going to sit down and look uthola ukuthi diningana ubona ukuthi I must get out of this relationship, but because when awufuni ukuphuma kule relationship le, so we find ourselves stuck to other places because we are afraid to ask ourselves real questions about what we are in and what we are at and what are we doing in that particular place.
A statement that says many are going nowhere slowly. I mean fast. Many are going nowhere fast. So you're moving, but you're going nowhere.
The direction, very fast. Direction. So ngicabanga ukuthi one talk that I had to say, is because I've realized that as a man, there are a few things that I had to deal with. Mina personal, so before my wife, before I had to deal with some personal things in my life, you know. So the background that I have is that I'm coming from a dysfunctional family. When I'm talking about dysfunctional families, that two of my parents, they are still alive. I'm so privileged to that extent. But one thing that has happened in my life is that they were not present in my life. You know, so I don't know how it's to live a lady and what it sounds like umfati. ngizange ngayibona leyo
Yeah,
dimension leyo
from you.
ayikhombisa kumake wami yabona
Yeah,
tinto letinja
yeah.
kunetinto lengingakatiboni from the family cycle that have distorted how I looked at marriage and how I looked at myself in that particular time. So as a man, I needed to be fair to myself, and I needed to sit down and do a proper introspection. Kuthi kanti Ray yini le lento akalaka empilweni yami yabona. So you're coming from a place